I'm the man now. Nobody ever gave a handout. For the stretch, talking grams loud. Cut them off, get a handout. Bro talk, what's that about?
Yo, what's going on, people? You know who it is. It's Tay Wiz broadcasting live and direct from the man cave as usual. For those subscribers out there that is not subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit that bell. If not subscribed to my Twitter page, fly that bird at TAE_WIGGS. And of course, the link to my website is down below. We're going to jump right into it. Game 5 of the NBA Conference Finals is in the books. The Boston Celtics is up 3-2. We knew that the Boston Celtics and them young, high-energy guys was going to be ready to play last night. But we knew they was going to show up. The whole thing was the Cavaliers crew was going to show up, because on the road, they're not that good. They not that good on defense, but they show you some glimpses that they can play defense when they're ready. But the whole thing I want to talk about, LeBron James is reading a book at shoot-around. What was he reading? Some people say it was The Alchemist. Some people say it was Ray Jr. book. Rapper out of Cleveland, Ohio. So I'm hearing all type of mixed reviews about the book that he was reading. Whatever he was reading last night before the game, it didn't transpire over to the court. So maybe that book was that good, or maybe basketball he wasn't interested in last night. But we're going to break down what I seen last night. First, we seen LeBron James read a book. We seen LeBron James getting gas. We seen LeBron James wiping his face with paper towels and drinking a lot of fluids on the sideline. I was looking forward to, after the game, after they won 3-4 at home, what type of response was they going to come out to for Game 5? We seen it happen quickly. The biggest lead the Cavaliers had was in the first quarter. They was up by 3. That was it. They was up 8-5. Then guess what? Bang! Boston took off. Jayson Tatum. This guy only got 1 vote for all NBA first rookie team. That is crazy. But realistically, the Cavaliers, only 3 people been showing up for this whole series. We already know who that one person is. LeBron James, Kevin Love, and Kyle Korver. But the Cavalettes, because we know who the Cavaliers are. Those 3 are the Cavaliers, but the Cavalettes ain't nowhere to be found on the road. Play good at home. I keep saying this until I turn black and blue in the face. Road players play good at home, but when they on the road, they god awful. So, like they say, I keep saying this, whoever win Game 5 wins the series 83% of the time. Is this going to go to 7? I had the Cavaliers on the back. I remember on one of my videos, I said this. I got the Cavaliers on the backdoor sweep. I guess some people heard that and said, you know what? Tay Wiggs, you wrong, brother. I said, you know what? I can take it. I can take down the 10. I can take that. But this is what I was seeing of the progress and the Cavaliers' degress. And you looking where can this team get better? Cavaliers take too many threes, and they miss out. And they turn the ball over way too much, and they miss free throws. Those are key things right there. When they trying to get into a lead or shrink the lead, they get 3-point happy. Nobody's not attacking the rim. Because you know Tristan Thompson not going to give you nothing at the bucket. He's going to catch oops and give you putbacks. So when your center / power forward Tristan Thompson have no post moves, who else can you rely on in the front court? Kevin Love will give you so much. Jaylen Brown's out there guarding him some of the time. So what you gonna do? You gotta pick your poison to defend. I thought the Cavaliers came out sluggish in the first quarter. I'm gonna take that back. They did come out sluggish, but the first 4 minutes of the first quarter, they looked like they was on to something. Then after that, bang! Boston blew the doors open and said, you know what? This is our house. We're gonna protect TD Garden, and we're gonna let you know that we're the new kids on the block. And we're going to get these old guys off our street. So the new kids came on the block and said, hey, y'all want to play us in basketball, huh? It's like when you go to the park, you see some old guys on the court. And you look at them like, man, we about to run these guys off the court. You look at how they dress. Look at the way they move. You know they're not going to run with you. You know as soon as you get a fast break, they're going to follow you. And that's what the Cavaliers are right now. Vulnerable team. No communication last night on defense. J.R. Smith is not into the game. George Hill, only way you know the Cavs gonna have a good game, he's more aggressive in the first quarter. Wasn't aggressive at all. I'm just looking at Tristan Thompson. Couldn't even get on the glass. I am still trying to figure out why does Coach Lue has Kendrick Perkins on the playoff roster and is not using him. You're getting beat in the third quarter by 15 points. Try something different. Throw a Cedi Osman out there. You got to give players a different look. You got to throw someone else out there. Somebody needs going to play defense. Because J.R. Smith is not giving you nothing on the other end of the floor, on the offensive end or the defensive end. You could put an Auntie in early to give you something. He's a big man in the post. He probably gave you more than what Tristan gave you last night because Tristan only gave you 1 point, 6 rebounds. He was over 3. We're going to get into that factor later. But the whole ordeal was you knew Brad Stevens don't come up with the plan. You knew the Celtics was going to attack the Cavaliers on the defensive end. That's what the Cavaliers lack of. They cannot play defense. There's only but so much they can do on the offensive end. They have no other person that can create their offense outside of LeBron James. He's the only one. You're looking at Jordan Clarkson. You're looking at when he's going to come onto the scene. You're looking at Rodney Hood when he's going to come onto the scene. And the one thing about Rodney Hood I'm looking at about this game, Rodney Hood played in the playoffs last year with the Utah Jazz, who's averaging 17 points per game. He was a leading scorer last year. He gets to the Cavaliers. He barely hits the floor. The only time you see him on the floor is shooting rounds and the layup line. So Ty Lue got to find something. You got to sit J.R. Smith down. J.R. Smith is not giving you nothing. Production is terrible, man. Terrible. I think in the plus minus, I think J.R. Smith is a minus 65 on the floor. That's in all 5 games together. That's awful, man. What can you do with that? I'm going to treat him like P.J. Tucker now. J.R. Smith, another guy. Got all the shoes. Playing some off-white shoes. Got the Kyries. Got all the LeBrons. Everything you can think of, he plays in every shoe. His shoes is more attractive than his game is. When is J.R. Smith going to step up to the plate and you say, you know what? I'm going to play ball. You can talk about it all you want to the media. But the whole thing is you got to get there between that lines, 94 feet, and you got to play basketball. And you ain't out there playing. I can grab a couple of guys right now in Cleveland and Charlotte that can give you 14 minutes, at least to give you 8 points. J.R. Smith not giving you nothing. Leaning towards the 3 a lot. He don't drive to the cup. He can't do nothing. Useless. LeBron James is doing all he can out there. Kevin Love is doing all he can out there. These are the 2 guys that have been consistent so far, and the other one been Kyle Korver. And he's coming off the bench. And he started game 1. The Cavaliers got to find something because right now they in uncharted territory. The Boston Celtics right now smell blood. The Larry Nance situation and Marcus Morris, a little shuffle. I don't know what he said to him when he hit the floor, whatever it was. I know it probably wasn't nice, but sometimes Larry Nance, you got to think, baby. You got to use what's between your ears. You got to use it between your ears, baby. That's a veteran move right there. You fell forward. Guess what that did? The crowd got hyped. And Boston feed off their crowd. And you fell for the oldest trick in the book. A veteran player hit the young school player with a veteran move. You know what? Let's get under their skin a little bit. Let's test the Cavaliers. See how tough they really are. Larry Nance goes up for a dunk or a layup. He blocks the shot. He fouled him at one point in time. He just threw him down to the ground. And he said something to him. I don't know. He probably could say, not in my house. Or it could have transpired some other words. But the whole ordeal was young players got to use their head. Marcus Morris been in the playoffs. Well, he know what it takes to get under somebody's skin now. So it works in their advantage. And he had a good game too. He had 13 points. So you're looking at what he did last night was well. But Kevin Love can't hit. George Hill can't hit. Jeff Green definitely can't hit. Jordan Clarkson can't hit. LeBron James didn't have a great half. You seen him third quarter? Gasping for air, wiping his face, drinking a lot of water. I guess playing 82 games, after all, was a bad idea for the Cavs. Because, quote me if I'm wrong, this is the same Cavaliers team, and LeBron James said, you can put me in a 1 through 8 seed, and we would be all right. But at the same time, you played the full 82 game season, not knocking that, kudos to you. But when you play them full 82 games of basketball, and you try, and then now you enter the second half of the season of playing playoff basketball, man, you play another 15, 16 games. You already at 112 games, something like that. If my math is right, that's a lot of games we playing basketball without a break. Somebody else need to step up to the plate besides LeBron James and Kevin Love. Who else going to step up? Because the Cavaliers and the Cavaliers is the bench crew, and the role player guys didn't show any effort out there. I'm looking at where Boston came out, hungry. Jayson Tatum attacking George Hill early. Jaylen Brown attacking the cup early. They put Aaron Baines in the lineup. He had his 6.7 rebounds going on with 3 blocks. Attacking Al Horford. I told you when Al Horford take anywhere less than 3 threes a game, they win the game. I told you that. And when he get a double-double, they win the game too. I told you that. So right now, and playoff games played, Al Horford right now, it's 3-16 right now against LeBron James. This Boston team is hungry. They smell it. Everybody keeps saying on TV about Kyrie Irving. Is Kyrie Irving angry that his team made it this far without him? No, he's not angry. What you mean is he angry? That's the dumbest thing I heard coming from TV. This is a brotherhood. They're on the team. If I get injured, next man up. Nobody ain't telling that on TV. That's what killed me about the other TV outlets. I think Kyrie Irving don't want his team to make it to the NBA Finals. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's the dumbest thing ever. If I got hurt, if I'm a star player, and I got traded to another team, and I'm reading the paper saying Kyrie Irving is not gonna be all first team NBA. Kyrie Irving's team's not gonna make the championship because he needs 23 by his side. Guess what? That team is one game away, folks, from making the NBA championship. But y'all keep saying Kyrie Irving shouldn't want his team make it to the championship because he becomes trade bait. Oh well, guess what? If we make it to the championship or not, if we win, I get a ring. Oh well, trade me. Guess what? I have 2 rings. That's one less than LeBron. So when people are saying this stuff on TV about, hey, Kyrie Irving should just sit back, let the guys do what they gonna do, let them make this championship run, see if they can win it. What you mean sit back? He injured. He don't have a choice but to sit back. Like, y'all killing me with this on TV. Kyrie Irving is over there, even though he's not showing the emotion, he's clapping. But guess what? And every bit of him in the inside is loving that moment to see LeBron James over there struggling with those players. And kudos to Danny Ainge for making that trade, because that was a straight highway robbery. That's like saying that I adopted highway, but you got to find some workers to clean it up. But guess what? The Cavaliers was adopted a highway. They hired some workers, and they can't clean up. George Hill, Rodney Hood, Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance, Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder. Those was the guys, Auntie Zizit. Those the guys that Danny Ainge said, you know what? I give you Auntie Zizit, Jay Crowder, and Isaiah Thomas. You give me Kyrie Irving. Are you kidding me? Those the adopt the highway workers. Go clean up, boys. I'm going to take Kyrie over here. We're going to take him off these papers. We're going to let him loose. That's what that was. Straight adopt a highway robbery. Kyrie Irving not showing the emotions. But I bet you go in that locker room and said, that's how you get LeBron James. You know why? He took the championship DNA from Cleveland and then instilled it into the young guys over there in Boston. Why? Brad Stevens coaching in the national championship game. Remember, this team, Butler, lost to a Duke team. Remember that. So don't act like Brad Stevens to have a championship pedigree, Because his team played in the Final Four championship. Second of all, Kyrie Irving won a championship, and Aaron Baines won a championship too. So remember, they got two guys that's on the floor that has championship rings, and one guy as a coach, at the coaching staff, that actually participated in the Final Four championship. So you put that ingredient together, and you bring different walks of life together from different championship backgrounds, and that's what the Boston Celtics is doing. Kyrie Irving, they're loving it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Cavs fan. I'm a Cavs fan. When Kyrie Irving got traded, I was kind of hurt about that. I was kind of hurt. I got the Kyrie Irving shoes, shirt, all that, the whole nine. But when you make a trade like that, you got Isaiah Thomas with the bad hip. You get Jay Crowder, who cannot create his own offense. You get Ante Zizic, who don't even play. What you call that? Danny Ainge just sitting back like, I told you I can get Kyrie Irving for a little or nothing. Cavaliers traded away Kyrie Irving. It was desperate time. Cavaliers can get anybody else besides they could have got Isaiah Thomas. They could have got Jaylen Brown. Cavs weren't working their hand enough. This was the part where the Cavaliers missed David Griffin. It's a mastermind behind trades. He got some of the impossible players here the Cavaliers took off. So you see what's happening. LeBron James taking stabs ever since they made that trade to get Kyle Korver. I love every minute since he's been here. You know why? Because that was the last trade David Griffin made before he got canned by the Cavaliers. Let's keep that. That's a food for thought this morning. I'm looking at what the Cavaliers did last night. LeBron had 26 points to go along with 10 rebounds and 5 assists. But the key to him, he had 6 turnovers. Lousy turnovers, too. Rambunctious. You can't make turnovers like that in critical parts of the game. Coming down the court, throwing these fast 95 miles per hour fastballs. LeBron, you're not pitching, bro. You ain't got to throw the ball that hard. They right there. Nice little soft little chest pass. Get right there. He been throwing balls like he Roger Clemens on the mounds. Pedro Martinez. You can't do that. Kevin Love, 14-7. You know he's going to get outplayed. But still, he brings something to the game. And everybody keeps saying, oh, Kevin Love needs to show up. Kevin Love has showed up. It's about the Cavaliers. Role player guys, what they going to do? Leave Kevin Love alone. Kevin Love is doing his thing. You're looking at Tristan Thompson. 0 for 3. 1 point. That's 6 rebounds. And they put him in the game to make a difference where? Where? 1 point? Okay. 6 rebounds? Okay. 0 for 3? And then what Jay-Z say? Okay. Gave us nothing. Gave us nothing at all. They wasn't playing with that same intensity. They wasn't aggressive. This guy right here, J.R. Smith, Mr. I cannot create my own shot off the dribble. I just want to dribble outside of the 3-point line and let it fly. 1 for 6, 2 points. It's Coach Ty Lue. What are you doing with J.R. Smith out there? Put in Cedi Osman. Who's going to give you some defense? Who's going to dive on the floor for loose balls? Who's not going to give up on defense? But he wasn't out there. Yes, he go out there in garbage time when the game is out of reach. Come on, Ty Lue. When something is broken, you got to fix it. But right now, the Cavaliers looked broken last night. You didn't fix it. You didn't fix it. You didn't put no Rodney Hoods in to see what can he do. You didn't put in Cedi Osman to see what he can do. You wait till the game is out of reach. 4th quarter, garbage time. Ain't gonna do it. It's probably gonna be a whole different looking Cavaliers team. Maybe LeBron James walk. 70% of me saying he may walk. 30% saying he may stay. What he's gonna do? Because other guys out there getting offered. Dallas Mavericks is still looking to get DeAndre Jordan. It's looking kind of interesting now. Clint Capella may walk and go to the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns will offer him a max deal. Carl Anthony Towns may get traded for the number 1 draft pick to the Phoenix Suns. Stuff is starting getting kind of interesting around the NBA around this time. LeBron, what you gonna do? I see David Fizdale and them New York Knicks was at the Boston Celtics game last night to guard him. Maybe they trying to recruit LeBron James to New York. Let's sit back and think about that one, folks. Nobody's not seeing it but me. Let's paint this picture clearer now. You see it? Because I see it. Because the word on the street was, I'm going to say it again, that somebody from LeBron James camp with Fizdale. LeBron James is a Fizdale type of guy. Nobody's not talking about this on ESPN or Fox Sports. But guess what? Live for the man cave is yours truly, Tay Wiggs. Keeping y'all up on everything. Maybe y'all should come get Tay Wiggs a job. He's ready. Let's sit back on this. Because I'm speaking nothing but facts. It's kind of odd to see another head coach at the Eastern Conference Finals with Frank Nicolini and those guys. A recruitment tool. LeBron James. You don't think LeBron James didn't know they was coming? You a fool not to believe that. You don't think LeBron James met out with them somewhere and had lunch and talk about the future? Come on now, man. You ain't preaching to me. Just stop preaching to a choir, man. I see this stuff. I'm looking at was George Hill was 1 for 5 with 7 points. Larry Nance Jr. 4 blocks, 6 rebounds, 2 points. He gave you a little bit. Jordan Clarkson still sporadic out there, 3 for 10, 8 points at one point in time. This guy was one of the top scoring players off the bench. Averaging 15. He didn't even give you nothing. MIA, missing the action. Looking at where the Boston Celtics, they turned up. Jayson Tatum, who is distant cousins of Tyronn Lue. His godfather is Larry Hughes. Oh, Jayson Tatum got the package. I knew he was nice when he played for Duke. It's hard for me to say that because I'm a Tar Heel fan. But real recognize real, folks. You gotta call it like how you see it. You gotta walk it like how you talking. That's what the Migos say. Al Horford, 15 and 12. When he get that double-double, you can forget about it. He was down in the paint, bodying Kevin Love. Haven't seen Kevin Love have a 2020 game in a minute. When we gonna see one of those games? Because Al Horford is putting Kevin Love in the blender. When you get put in that blender, so that's all Al Horford is tasting, nothing but success. It tastes good having Kevin Love down there in that paint. Post him this way, hit him this way, I'm still gonna get mine. Jaylen Brown still having a phenomenal quarter still. They still let him dominate the first and second quarters. 17 points to go along with 3 rebounds. You look at Terry Rozier. Like I said, he might not score 10 points, but the other stuff I did like. He did have 6 rebounds, which is key. Those are key victory points right there to me. 6 assists, got other people involved, and guess what? 3 steals. That means he played some defense, folks. Out there on the floor. Them guys play good at home. Scary Terry. Marcus Smart and Marcus Morris both had 13 points apiece. Scrappy guys right there. Them guys live for this moment. Ain't scared. Oh, who LeBron James? Oh, you the king, right? We're going to see how this king can play because we know the other guys around you, the Cavaliers, can't score. So we're going to focus on the king. And right now the king had his crown on like this, but it's almost tilted. If they beat him, they're going to make him put that crown down for a couple of months indeed because it's going to get dethroned. You look at the first quarter, as I was saying about the Boston Celtics dominated the Cavaliers with 32 points to the Cavaliers 19. Cavaliers do too much switching. Even though Boston does it a lot too, the Cavaliers could cope with the same thing. They leave some of the shooters open. I've seen some couple of plays with LeBron James. When the team turned the ball over, he didn't get back on defense. The team go as far as their leaders take them. That's the old saying. If you see your leader doing something, guess what? The people behind you are going to do the same thing. So people so crazy, they don't see that. If LeBron James going to go out there and give a half defense, guess what everybody's going to do? I'm going to go half defense. Our leader going half, I'm going to go half. I'm about to conserve some energy like my leader do. And guess what? That's dangerous because you play with a younger team. A younger team is not letting off. They gonna keep smashing the gas. Again, another one, disappointing one. It was the third quarter for the Cavaliers, 23-18. Got outscored again. Like I said, you got to treat your first and third quarters as victory points of the game. The Cavaliers ain't responding to that. So as we go through that, as the Cavaliers lost 83-96, the Boston Celtics won Game 5 at home in the Garden. Like I said, whoever win Game 5 win the series 83% of the time. We know the Cavs will play against a Friday night. But before I wrap this up, I want to shed some light on this right here. Throughout this series, the Cavaliers' backcourt have been non-existent. So when the Cavaliers point guard and shoot guards on the road, J.R. Smith, the 3 games on the road, Game 1 he had 4 points. He was 2 for 9. Game 2, 0 points, 0 for 7. J.R. Smith is terrible. Game 5 was last night. He was 1 for 6 with 2 points. So you tell me on the road, J.R. Smith is a awful, terrible, horrible 3 for 22 with 6 points? That ain't championship basketball. This the same J.R. Smith who gets up in the warm-up line and he can hit about 7 3 balls in the game. But you can't tell me when it's game time, when these lights is on, when people is on you and you can't hit anything. This is the same guy who when they said F-U-J-R in Boston, somebody, you live for those moments. You came back to Boston and you went 1 for 6 with 2 points. But yeah, we know you live for those moments because on the road, you 3 for 22. I know you live for those moments. Being trash. Garbage. Ain't giving the Cavs nothing. At all. People say he playing possum. Yeah, he been playing possum the whole season long. The streakiest shooter I ever seen out of my 2 brown eyes. At home, different J.R. Smith. Game 3, 3 for 8. Game 4, 3 for 9. Game 3, 11 points. Game 4, 9 points. At home, he's 6 for 19. Still not much that better, but it's 20 points, people. Overall in this series, this is terrible. J.R. Smith is 9 for 39. 26 points. What? Repeat that again. J.R. Smith in all 5 games is 9 shots made, 39 field goals taken with 26 points. What? Terrible. George Hill, who brought him over for the trade. They thought he was going to get that Cavaliers backcourt some help. What? Game 1, 5 points. 2 for 4, 50%, okay, whatever. Game 2, on the road, 3 points. 1 for 4, 25%. It's terrible. Game 5, 1 for 5, 7 points. On the road, he is 4 for 13, 15 points. Terrible. Do you know the Boston Celtics backcourt in the games and won outscored the Cavaliers, one player alone by themselves? Like, come on now. At home, different story. A different George Hill. At home, 10 for 20, 50%. I can take that with 26 points. Altogether, terrible. 12 for 33, 41 points. But this the guys that supposed to lead us to the promised land. Yeah. Only promised land they're going to lead us to is going home to the land. What they going to do game 6? Like I said, road players play better at home than they do on the road. If the Cavaliers win this game 6, kudos to you because you may have trouble trying to win game 7 in Boston. Y'all know who I am. I'm Tate with support live and direct for the Man Cave as usual. I'm out of here. Peace.